Okay, everyone, welcome back to some more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Uh, Still recording for the backlog, so if you hear this, I'm not in the country. I'm somewhere else. Possibly playing Crawl at this very moment, even that you're watching this. I mean, who knows, right? Um, but yeah, today we're gonna do our Greaterplayer run. This is Trunk, so um, ogres don't work anymore, deep dwarfs don't work anymore, mummies don't work anymore, and yeah, and so we basically like the heal wounds, haste, and teleport ones have been removed. Yesterday's video has been the centaur one was the centaur finale was the video where I talked about that at length. But yeah, so I was gonna do a deep dwarf something before they got removed, but the thing is like I'm gonna leave that till later in the run, see if they panned out a little bit more, because I don't want to play deep dwarf like at all right now. Like I just don't want to play it. I don't want to play ogre either. I don't want to play like mummy. I was gonna pick ogre or deep dwarf, but like nah. So I said last series that I wanted to have I wanted to have like how do I explain this? A melee character in between this character, sorry, in between the Centaur Hunter and the next run, which will be a Spriggan Enchanter. And I think it's good for us to return back to that melee style for a little while. I don't know why my voice is wavering. It's really weird, but probably because I haven't really talked to anyone other than on recording, and my voice is getting really weak because I've been talking for like 4 hours straight every single day because I have to keep doing these recordings. But I'm gonna do a troll monk most likely. Um, just because it's a melee character and I haven't really done one in a while, and we've kind of moved on from monk. Sorry, we've done gladiator, fighter, and berserker, and then we did conjurer, and then we went ahead and did hunter. So I think it's time for us to go monk and then assassin possibly. Um, that seems pretty decent, I guess. So I guess let's get started. Let's do troll monk. Troll monk is pretty easy, and we'll go claws. So Troll Monk is not as good as it used to be, just because the unarmed combat skilling got slightly changed, just a bit. Um, like it's not, I think it's not as good as it used to be in terms of like the distribution, but it's not a big deal. Realistically, Troll can be done with any background. Just start claws, and you basically win the game already. So don't worry about that, guys. I'm gonna go train unarmed combat exclusively for the first like 10 levels. And the reason why is because unarmed combat functions differently to every other type of weapon in the game. Unarmed combat does not have a min delay. It gets faster every single time you train it. It gets faster the more you train it, all the way up till 27. And its damage also increases as you train it, I think. But essentially, it's very powerful because I think it has executional axe base damage with 0.5 attack speed, swing delay at what's that? Dagger freezing. Okay, take that. At 27 unarmed combat, so it's a very powerful tool. Now, this is combined with trolls, which have claws. So trolls can regen a lot. They basically function like trolls in the game. They have really shit everything aptitudes except unarmed combat and melee, pretty much. Like that's like the only non-zero, non-negative aptitude in the entire pool. But yeah, they have high unarmed combat. Their claws deal extra damage for unarmed combat as well, so it's really strong. They're dumb as bricks. They're shit, but they have high regen. I'm gonna just close that because that's really annoying. I don't want to pop harassing me while I'm in here. But yeah, they have high regen and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. And they are also a large race, so they cannot wear. Okay, we might be dead here just because that's really RNG, and I can't do anything about that. Like, I literally couldn't do anything about that. That's okay. Like, I have not died to Ijib fighting with a wand of lightning before, like in so long. It's just ridiculous. That was actually just like complete RNG. Like the second I saw him, he would have just completely fucked me. So good, I guess. I don't know. I'd be mad that I've lost a streak, but like really, I don't give a fuck. Like I've already done it. Like, it does suck that you do lose a streak, because I think the demigod, the deep elf, and the centaur were streaking, but it's not too big of a deal, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and go across here. I'm not gonna fight that null just yet. I'll probably wait until I get to like XL3, just because I want a little bit more health and a little bit more stuff. I might not even fight him at all. You can see I've dropped the auto explore feature. I've stopped using O basically. The reason why is because I just want to avoid that null. I don't want to auto explore into him. It does make exploration a little bit more annoying, but whatever. Alright, this looks good enough. We'll just skip it. Alright, there's a whole bunch of gods here. Of them, pretty much all of them are decent for this character, I think. I was gonna go McCleb, because McCleb is like a good god for unarmed combat. But I think in this scenario, I can actually end up picking like Ured and it'll be alright. So let's go ahead and pick Ured, because we haven't had a Ured game. And I guess we'll eventually pick up a McCleb game while playing Deep Dwarf. But yeah. So Ured is already going to give us like a bunch of stuff, so we actually need to train some invocations first. So Monk is the starting. It used to be that Monk starts with unarmed combat and gives you piety on religion for your religion when you join it immediately. Now it still does that, but you can also start with a weapon, but the skilling is slightly worse. So right now we've got a bunch of Ured abilities. The most important one here is Animate Remains. He can raise the dead. Ured is basically the god of being a necromancer, being a melee necromancer. His god abilities basically replace necromancy, and he provides you with a lot of like stuff like animate dead. He also gives you gifts, which are undead allies, and they can become very powerful. The two most powerful being profane servitors, which are those dark angels, and bone dragons, which are really cool. But at this point in time, the only thing you really need from him is animate remains, which will be basically like an animate dead, but only single tile. At I think 3 pips of piety or more, he gets. So as you can see, I can use my ability here to get allies, but because trolls have really crappy like mana and stuff, it's kind of hard for me to do it consistently. But yeah. So yeah. Oh, trolls also have like in what do you call it, Gorman, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but like our character is like a little bit low on mana and stuff because he's a troll. He's not suited towards using mana, but we will eventually get enough mana to make this work, so it's fine. Cloak. Come on. A +2 cloak, nice. That's 2 extra AC. So much like Centaur, the troll has a lot of difficulty doing stuff because particularly getting defenses up. They have very strong offense, but the defense is a little bit weaker. Trolls tend to be like they tend to use their like face to tank stuff more, and they eventually get dragon armor and shields. Well, they don't have to get shields necessarily, but it's usually a decent idea to get a shield. Oh, Idrib, you son of a bitch! Like, here he comes again, and this time he's not holding the most overpowered fucking wand in the early game on D2. Like honestly, dying on D1 and D2 is not shameful because like you rarely have any influence in how that works. Like it's mostly just RNG and Lameo. Alright, let's check this out. Ring of Ice. Okay, that's fine. So as you can see here, Animate Skeleton has become Animate Dead. Sorry, Animate Remains becomes Animate Dead. So now it works exactly like the level 4 or something spell, level 4 spell. So it now no longer needs you to stand on top of the enemy. You can just raise it from everywhere, and it's also AoE. Alright, I'm just gonna refresh that. Alright, so whenever I see a new message, I'm just gonna refresh because it's fucking annoying. I'm not gonna fucking respond to people on recording just because like I wanted this to be offline, but because I want the stats, I want it online as well. So it's like, eh. Alright, let's go ahead and ID some stuff. Oh, that's not good. Alright, just wait it out, I guess. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, like the unarmed combat is pretty much wrecking everything. Not really struggling much, and also the high regen makes me very strong in the early game and in the mid game. It tends to be strong all round, but it's not a big deal. Like, I think our invocations is enough. Yeah, okay, we're gonna turn it off. So I like to turn my invocations on just enough to like get my stuff at a reasonable level, and then I stop. Ah shit, I gotta protect my mummy here. Normally I would have backed off there, but because my mummy was standing there, I didn't want to protect him. So Red gave me a god gift, which is this mummy, and he's basically he functions exactly the same as the regular mummy. I don't know where the hell he went, but he's gone. I guess there he is. I mean I am given recall ability, which is AB, which I will be using a little bit more later. All right, so that's oops, that's a Hillock Abyssal Knight Ghost. It cannot actually it can't really do much to me, I think, but I'm gonna try to get a potion. Mostly because that Orc Priest is going to be adding damage to that guy, because every time I'm not killing the Orc Priest, it's dealing damage to me. If that makes sense. I'm just going to try to play a little bit more conservatively to keep my mummy in play, because at this stage in the game, the mummy is doing reasonable damage. It's not great, but like it'll add to my damage. And the cool thing is, the mummy can actually follow you downstairs, not unlike the other undead. All the god gifts can help you can move downstairs, but the animated remains cannot. Another thing is that unlike faintly hunting road, let's see what that is. RC strength +2. That's not actually that good, but it's probably not worth trying to blow through all my scrolls to get. Yeah. So as I was saying, unlike the spell, you actually can get. Oh, hang on. Let me just think. This hat should definitely go on my shopping list. It's a good hat. Yeah, unlike the spell, Animate Dead from your red actually is permanent, so all your allies will stay alive for the entirety of the game on previous floors, even if you leave the floor and like spend a long time to take it away. So it's pretty useful. You can like use a lot of stair diving tactics that used to be good in like back when Animate Skeleton was permanent, and Animate Dead was permanent, but yeah, now you can't. Now you can't with those spells, but you can still with your red. So that's cool. So he gave us Flying Skulls. Flying Skulls are basically like undead bats. They do decent-ish damage, and they're kind of fast, but that's about it. Let's check out what this is. Intelligence. It's not really that important. Alcapop dying once again. We're going to go ahead and try to take him out with an agility, and I guess we'll bring a guy. We didn't need to, but we did it. I'm going to go ahead and get Dex here. I think that the troll only gets its strength level ups, I'm pretty sure. Or it might be that it gets some. I'm not sure if it gets Dex, but I'm pretty sure it gets only strength. But it doesn't really matter, really. Like I said, stats remain, guys. If you're worrying about stats, you probably have other things to worry about, like positioning and winning your first game. Like it's a couple of things. Quickly, just throw some fire while no one's paying attention. Feels good. I'm choosing to eat my food here rather than animate them for two reasons. First of all, butchering in a pinch butchering can still create a skeleton, which I can animate as well, like here. And secondly, I just want to have some more food. I think that for the mid game, I probably want to pick. Oh god, that's a lot of flying skulls. I don't know what's going on anymore. Alright, unarmed combat's at 12. Let's get some extra fighting up. I don't think it's really that necessary to train too much defense on this character in particular. Like, I know it's kind of weird, but I actually don't really like having like too much defense on my. Oh, he gets me a mummy again. Is that our second mummy? Cool. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm not really a fan of like training early dodging and like shit on troll. I feel like it's not necessary because they have a lot of fighting anyway. Also, for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna leave all my undead down on the upstairs, and then I can recall them at any time. So it's not like I'm actually lacking my allies. It's just that I'm keeping them on a different floor because it's annoying to have them all with me. It's also a bit simpler. So we got a vampire. The vampire is like a hexer. It can do some cool stuff, and that's nice. But that's about it, really. Like, it can hex, it can turn invisible, I think, and it can drain shit, which is kind of useless. It can confuse stuff. which is kind of cool, I guess, but it's not like really that important, I suppose. Alright, just gonna clear through this floor pretty fast. One of paralysis, that's not bad, I guess. I mean, wands are like pretty much a meme at this point. Like the only ones you want to keep are like disintegration, pretty much. But whatever. Alright, so this vault normally has an ogre in it, yeah, but I can just summon my allies. Unfortunately, the undead are retarded, so they will step into fires and do other stupid shit, but that's like whatever, man. It's all good. I mean, we did drag them back from their the rest of death, so like technically we're the assholes in this situation. So I guess we shouldn't really be judging them. All right, let's get the hat of magic resistance we found earlier. It's gonna give us 2 extra AC and also give us MR, which is less important at this point in the game. Right now, we're looking for like ways to boost our defenses as cheaply as possible, so that we can. Should I? Okay, yeah, I'll just fight it. That's fine. Like, I don't really want to get all my allies with me. It's just kind of a pain in the ass, and it makes it harder to micromanage. So I'd rather just not. Okay, there was just a grate here. Just break it open with my disintegration. Cool. There's a scroll of fog. It's cool, I guess. Let me just read all my stuff. Why not? Gonna actually ID the Wand of Lightning. It's pretty useful in certain situations. Here, I'm just gonna smash these bees. If I was in any trouble, I could just instantly recall like 20 dudes, and it's fine. Like, I wouldn't be in any trouble at all. So that's why I just decided to fight it out. Like, really, Red's power comes from like, I'd say, like I said, Red is the strongest god in the game. Pre 2 runes. Like, he has this incredible power spike where just before Lair to the second, just after the second rune, is like, he is like disgustingly strong. Like, there's just way too much stuff. But yeah, like, he is a great god to start the game with if you're struggling with like, oh, there's a glowing larger tank here. That's a vampiric larger tank. That's disgusting. Anyway, yeah, like, I'd say that like he's the strongest god. He's a great god for like if you are not really used to the game and you want to get further in, like to like maybe a 2 rune situation. Like, he will just 100% carry you every time. Like, he's so strong. I'm just gonna do a double stead pull here, just because there was a lot of enemies there. I just was kind of lazy, to be honest. Alright, let's eat this guy, raise that guy. Gonna pull these guys, fight these guys. We got a white, that's pretty good. Whites are just generic melees. They're not really that strong, but you know, they're alright. You can actually heal these guys by resting. I don't really know if I care enough about the white. I guess I'll do it. We got a Wraith. So a Wraith can slow on auto attack. That's pretty useful. On melee attack, I guess. That's kind of useful, I guess. So, good. Wand of Acid. So now we have almost all of the non-meme wands. Once we find digging, I'm actually going to turn wands off auto pickup. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Holy shit, that's so sad. Like, I'm actually going to turn wands off auto pickup in Lair. Like, what the fuck? That's so stupid. Like, why even have wands? They're just so shit. Like, just make it a scroll of digging or some shit. Like, I don't know. You don't even need wands anymore, to be honest. Replace it all with scrolls. We got a Phantasmal Warrior. So if you have played, if you've gotten to vaults before, you'll know that these guys are like complete assholes. They do a lot of damage for no real reason. I'm throwing javelins because I don't give a shit about them. Like, it doesn't matter if I lose some, it's fine. I'm not gonna really be. Oops. Oh, god damn it. What are we trying to throw? Immolation and Mutation, and also these books. Actually, fuck these books. Just fuck all the books. We don't need them. Like, there's no point in. I'm just like trimming my auto pickup list a little bit. This is a real pain in the ass. Let's go ahead and just try to move away from it. The Phantasmal Warrior will just be messing it up pretty bad, so that's good. Alright. There we go. I can actually wear Troll Leather Armor. I think it stacks my regen, which is pretty good, but I don't know if it's worthwhile. I'm just gonna go ahead and send my Phantasmal Warrior to kill that guy. He can fly, which is good. But yeah, Phantasmals do pretty good stuff. Alright, so we can't evoke wands, and even if we did, there's be no point. So the only evocable here that is actually of any value is armor or gold, which is really sad. So we got a hat, and it's fucking useless. Per the usual, but that's fine. Like, ordinarily, I probably would have still acquired wand, armor, but I also would like to have acquired wand as well. So it's like kind of annoying. Alright, there's a cursed -1 shield here. We don't really want that one. We're gonna look for a decent shield, like that one. +0 shield. And we'll start training up shields eventually. I do want to get unarmed combat to about 20 though, before I do much else. I'm just gonna be training some light evocations and such. Ooh, a skeletal warrior. So if you know about skeletal warriors, or skeletal warriors, whatever you want to call them, you know that they're tanky as shit and they just don't like dying. So that's pretty much how this works. So we picked up some extra skills at some point. Drain Life, which is an AoE. Everything on the screen gets drained and it heals you a bit. It's pretty useless, honestly. By the time you have enough invocations to use it, it's kind of like not necessary, and a lot of things resist it anyway, so you're like, eh. And the heal is not as good as you think it is. Enslaved Soul is something that I use kind of sparingly. It basically, you can mark a full HP enemy, and then, it's only been 16 minutes, shit. Well, that's melee for you, but Enslaved Soul can, so you mark an enemy that's at full or near full health, and then you, well, let me actually just show you. It has to be intelligent, so it can't be like a dragon. But you can target holy and demonic monsters. Wow. Yeah. So you take that, you mark their soul. If you kill them in a very short time, you'll get that guy as an ally, pretty much. It gets most of its stuff. Like I think it gets pretty much like all of its old, I guess like intrinsic stuff. So that's pretty cool, I guess. But I don't really use it that much, mostly because like I don't go invo high enough to get Enslaved Soul. Like it's not really that necessary. It's good sometimes, but certain enemies like Nicola that you think would be really good are actually like terrible because they don't synergize well with group play. So you have to like pick a very certain, very like specific set of I don't know, like specific set of allies, I guess. Did we really fail that animate dead? God damn it. Okay, whatever. It's good to just animate them before they rot because even if you're not going to use them now, you might use them for a stair pull later. I'm going to go ahead and level int for one turn, for one like choice, just because I feel like it doesn't really matter, and having extra int could avoid stat drain, like stat draining us to 0 or -1, which could be pretty bad. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and just fight these dudes. Notice how like I tend to play with a lot less guys with me. That makes combat a little bit more simple and makes it less annoying to do. I also managed to keep like, but as you can see, whoops. As you can see though, like as the floor goes on, you tend to snowball really hard, like just stupidly hard. Like everything around him, just like we killed that Hydra with nothing. We didn't even touch it. This is the power of your red. It basically just does combat for you. The hardest part of every floor is like the beginning. Once you get your animate dead up, like to get like a whole bunch of dudes with you, the floor becomes laughably easy. As I've said multiple times in the past, especially when I talk about shoals and such, and sometimes deaths, necromancy is so strong because everything else in the dungeon is really strong. Like the game is unbalanced, and as a result, when you turn it on itself, it just completely implodes the entire thing. Like the game does not understand that it is unbalanced, so it lets you do shit like animate dead, and then that makes things like Spider. Oh, I'm gonna recall all my allies here, just to like kind of swarm him. But as you can see, like the second I did that, it just destroyed Rupert. Like I didn't even do anything. I probably should have enslaved his soul, but at an 80% fail rate, it's not gonna happen. So I guess not. Unarmed combat's at 17. That's pretty good. Like at this point, our melee is ridiculously strong. Like it's very strong. There's some Nagas here. I'm gonna go ahead and use this corner here to just avoid any like RNG shit that they're gonna do. Great, perfect. Now I got my Naga friends with me. I can just kind of walk around. A flayed ghost. You guys know what that does. It does basically like it rips their health out really low. And the useful thing is because you're playing with a flayed ghost, you're an ally of the flayed ghost. You can target the ones that it targets, and you'll basically kill it really fast. I mean, it's not too important for like lair, but it occasionally comes in handy. Like, I don't know if it's actually done anything yet, but can you actually do something, Flake Ghost? Yeah, there you go. See, look, it like dealt some damage to um the axe. The only problem is the Flake Ghost is kind of stupid because it thinks it's melee, and it'll try to get into range of other things, and that's really shit because it's squishy as hell. Like, so you end up like hurting yourself, or it ends up hurting itself a lot, and you have to protect it. That's why I usually don't care too much if it dies. I'm just like, whatever. It's probably not that useful anyway. Dream Sheep. I can go to sleep and my allies will kill all. Like, I don't even need to do anything. Yeah, like with this massive like horde of undead, I really don't have anything to fear. It's basically like having a wall out, like a wall behind me that hits back. So like, as you can see, like I don't even get to attack most enemies by the end of the floor. It's mostly just them doing all the work, which is kind of cool. So we got Snake and Swamp. That's kind of okay. Like, well, like it's decent, but I'd say that Shoals and Spider are actually the two easiest branches with your red player. Just because for Shoals, you're getting like all your shots are absorbed by this cloud of dudes, and also like I said, it's really overpowered when you turn the dungeon on itself. Shoals is like being the most unbalanced of the branches. Yeah, see, the Flayed Ghost is kind of stupid. It just kind of stands there and just does nothing. So it's like whatever. It died. Yeah, Shoals, like all the undead have polearms there, so your effective range of damage is like doubled. And not only that, you can like kind of immerse yourself in a cloud of undead, which will like pretty much stop any potential missile in its tracks. It's like having free repel missiles. And getting mesmerized is no big deal because you've got like a cloud of people to protect you. I'm going to recall some allies here. I'm going to stop the recall here. You can stop recall by re-recalling something. So you press AB and then AB again, and that lets you bring some allies but not all of them, which is very useful. So here I can like recall just one turn and then unrecall, and I'll get just 2 or 3 allies, and that's pretty useful. Okay, so we don't have digging anymore. So like we don't have digging yet, so we still have to hold on to all these mean ones. That's kind of sad, but we'll just drop a bunch. Magical power, that's pretty useless. I mean, we've already got enough MP to like not worry about that, so it's alright. Yep, done. Like, I'm not really going to go too much into like the melee side of like, oh, you should learn how to position yourself, because I already did that in like the last like 4 or 5 videos, or 4 or 5 playthroughs, I guess. So like, you should at this point mostly be accustomed to this kind of crap. I'm gonna recall some stuff, just because I feel like a little bit of danger is upon my person. I'm gonna go upstairs, chuck these guys away, and then just stay with the undead that are on this floor. Because that's enough, that's definitely enough power to get me through the floor. I mean, I'm already strong enough to kill most everything anyway, by myself. Like, there's no real point in risking the undead that are actually useful. I want to keep them alive just because, like, it makes my recall more powerful when I am actually in trouble, and it also means that I can just keep stockpiling a big group of dudes. And if I'm in like a massive amount of trouble, I can just like basically bring in the reinforcements and everything around me will die. It's very useful. Let me just heal up here. The Flayed Ghost is with me, I don't really care. Like, he's not that useful, but he'll be doing stuff, I guess, at some point. The trick is to keep him like somewhere in the back of the army, but it's very hard to. Microing in this game is kind of annoying. Alright, we wrote a fear scroll, I think that was. I didn't really see the log, but that's fine. But yeah, like, given how many allies we have, and given that they're all the lair ending level enemies, so they're spiders and like guardian serpents and stuff, there's really no stress on this floor anymore. Like, there's pretty much 0% chance of dying. Because like, this isn't even my panic button mode, this is just regular mode. Alright, let's see what this ring is. Curse ring of teleportation. We don't want that. So let's see what our consumables look like. So we got 3 heal wounds potions, 2 hastings, and 8 teleports. So that looks absolutely identical to a regular game. So I don't know what the fuck they were talking about by we compensated them for the loss of their heal wounds ones and shit. Because that does not look like it's been compensated. It looks exactly the same. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, the easier this game is, the better. Like, to a point, of course. I'm not going to switch to Jivia, even though we are a troll, and it's possible to switch to Jivia. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, cool. Like, our cloud is just devouring everything. It's pretty funny. Yum. Okay, just grab it all. Alright, let's go back to layer 1, and we'll finish off the video there. God, the hunger problem. Like, trolls do hunger more, I think. Your metabolism's lightning fast, yeah, so like, they do hunger more, but they're also carnivorous. Oh, sorry, they're not carnivorous, but they can basically eat everything, and they eat until they're engorged. They have gourmand. I'm just gonna do 1 floor just to fill up my hunger bar, because I don't like having the hunger bar be near starving. Okay, we're starving, god damn it. Ooh. I'm gonna just recall here, just get a couple of dudes. Take them all out, great. Just gonna pull away, and I'm gonna end it here. Alright, fine, we'll eat. We'll eat. Eat some fruit. It's good for you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.